Hello, and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And to today's very underexposed game, which I will just fix up momentarily here. That's much better. Thank you so much. Yes. Did I? Oh, Twitch. I understand. Did I really not say anything else, Crosshair? What are you going to do? And welcome, of course, to today's episode. This is the 5th scenario in Sefina Rousseau in Return to the Path to Carcosa. This one is called A Phantom of Truth. What could it mean? I suppose we'll have to all find out together. As always, I'm very excited to be embarking upon another episode of Doomed. I needed a couple of weeks. If you're watching these on the VODs, you obviously will have no idea about this, but in terms of the live playthroughs, I needed a couple of weeks to really just relax after how intense the that other one was. That other one, of course, being... It's a bit better, eh? That other one being the Unspeakable Oath. Whew, that was a toughie. Excellent, Crosshair, it's true. This is the journey of Doomed. Most people who play games, card games, role-playing games, they're like, we're going to tell a great story. 2 hours later, they're like, wow, that was really satisfactory. My journey through Doomed is like, we're going to tell a great story. Well, this is going okay, and I'm dead. Just like nosedive every time. Although I will say, I've had much better... I'm knocking on wood in advance. We have had much better luck live than I have had pre-recorded. Those other scenarios / campaigns were garbage. In addition to needing a couple of weeks to soothe my jangled nerves after the Unspeakable Oath, we also needed a few weeks for Sefina Rousseau to get on a boat and cross the Atlantic Ocean. It is the 1920s after all. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the Atlantic wasn't crossed in 6 hours. So we need some time to let Sefina get back there, which is pretty exciting. Hello to you, Zen, and hello to everybody. Right, exactly. So I start with a dock, and then I move to a rage, and then I move to a pall, and then it's a picnic fire. Pretty much is what's happening. So, on today's episode of Doomed, we will be looking at the 5th scenario of Return to the Path to Carcosa, Sefina Rousseau in A Phantom of Truth. What do I want to say about this in advance? Not much. If you're watching this on the VOD, you can of course click down below for the timestamp to get directly into the action. Otherwise, we'll be looking at the prologue, the introduction. The between scenario interlude here is really cool. So those of you who are joining me live, I think are really going to enjoy that. I will also mention, as we get into it, there's a couple different versions of this scenario, and I don't... Bro. You can't just burn the picnic. Bro. I spent hours on those camembert sandwiches. Bruh. Bruh. Did you even, take the shaved Parma ham? Nobody sounds like that. I don't know what that is. As I was just briefly saying, there's a couple different versions of this scenario, as things often are as you progress through the campaign. More of your... Subscriber. Thank you very much. Aragwen! Ooh, look at the little... Ooh, is that a little clapping person, or is that a little vampire? It's a K-pop dance. I thought I saw little fangs. Camembert sandwiches. Thank you so much, Aragwen. Really, muy apreciando, as they say. Oh, Zen, I'm sorry. Have you tried subscribing to more channels? I am kidding. That is actually really disappointing, though, Kate. I completely hear that, and it's bad news. Oh. Bring the cucumber-infused tonic water. Subscriber. Thank you so much again, Aragwen, with the old giftaroo. I guess we're gonna... Oh no, so tearful. Speaking of tears, I think it's time to get into the scenario. Oh yes, that's all I was gonna say. We'll look at it. There's a couple different versions of the scenario based on the decisions that you've made so far in the campaign, and I think this is the first time I've played with this version of the scenario. So I don't really know what to make of it, but we're going to find out. Ah, I get it, Kate. I was like, but you're not streaming tomorrow. I understand now. I understand what's happening. Okay, here we go. Here we are, back in the return to the path to Carcosa. So we'll look at the map momentarily. You'll see there's a bunch of double locations. I'll be picking them out at random so that you can see me doing that on purpose. Seth's on porpoise. Seth's down here. I've got my mental trauma and my resources. All right. Let's have a look. So as a reminder, exactly. So as a reminder, the last scenario brought Sefina Rousseau to the Arkham Asylum, the mental asylum, where she was trying to find Daniel Chesterfield. She managed to find Daniel, who was then consumed by a horrible monster. Down in that basement, there were in fact several horrible monsters that she managed to just sneak away from, which was great, and escape, which is absolutely incredible. Oh my god, quinoa! Look at that spelling. Requiem Lost. It's incredible. I'm a big fan. And then we decided all together. So Daniel did not survive the actions of the asylum, but we discovered that we had to heed his warning. Heeding the warning marks some conviction in our campaign log. So we're, oh, okay, Crosshair, careful, I guess. And I am not allowed to speak the name aloud during the scenario. So y'all are going to have to keep me honest here. If I speak the name, H-A-S, out loud, it's down there at the bottom, I have to take a horror. That goes for you in the chat too, folks. So be careful of that. Okay, I will start reading the intro, but I won't do the cool part without Crosshair. This is it's technically scenario 6. It's weird. Wait, why is it scenario 6? Hang on, sorry. I'm just checking something. 4. Scenario 4. Scenario 6. Perfect. I think this is meant to be a bit of a mind bender, Oh. Yeah, sure thing, Aragwen. Click. Oh, hey, it works. All right. Check the campaign log. If the king claimed its victims, read intro 1. Otherwise, skipped intro 2. So it did not claim the victims. Requiem. That always reminds me of one of my favorite. That always reminds me of one of my favorite pronunciation manual videos. Pronunciation manual being the joke version of pronunciation guide, helping people pronounce things in English, but it's horrible. The word on the screen is faux pas, and you just hear the guy go, okay, fax piss. Just remind me of how you wrote that. Quinoa. It's very funny. Okay. Intro 2. It has been several weeks since the events in the asylum, and you are still no closer to the truth about the King in Yellow and Carcosa. Oh, you know what? We need music. Let's this is gonna take some time for the Crosshair to return. In the meantime, I'ma get my playlist. Fuck pass. Whoa, oh, fax piss. It's actually very funny. Or at least it is to me. Whoa, too loud? Probably way too loud. Let's checkaroo. Oh, yeah, wow, that's loud. Okay, and we'll try to balance that bad boy out. All right. As always, of course, let me know. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, you thought a spider moved a poster? Am I reading this right, Crosshair? Nice. As always, let me know if the volumes are approximately balanced and whatever as we go through here. I had forgotten all about music. Silly me. Oh, Ironheart, welcome. Welcome to, let's turn that down. Welcome to Doomed. solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Go, Spider! Okay, this is scenario 6? A Phantom of Truth. The king did not claim its victims, so we're skipping to intro 2. Didn't see one, Ironheart, but, you know, it's possible. Yeah, I didn't see one come through, but thank you. Okay, intro 2. It has been several weeks since the events in the asylum, and you are still no closer to the truth about the King in Yellow and Carcosa. You've scoured the city for signs of the others Daniel had mentioned, the ones who are, quote, opening the path to Carcosa, but found nothing. Either the trail's gone cold or they're no longer in Arkham. Perhaps Daniel truly was insane, and you're only following him deeper down the rabbit hole. Every night you toss and turn as you are subjected to vivid dreams of Carcosa, its black stars, twin suns, shattered moons, and twisted spires. Quick point of fact, right, as we all remember, Sefina Rousseau, the painter, in her journey as an art forger, forged or copied a painting for a wealthy, mysterious client of twin suns, black stars, and the spires of a place called Carcosa. She found herself sucked into that alien landscape and only managed to get back with the greatest of willpowers. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the game. So it says, continue to dream 1. Don't get lost. I'm going to go to the next page, and I'm just going to be really silly, and I'm going to look at the top left corner. It doesn't say dream 1, it says dream 5. It says you peer in the mirror, and your reflection gives you a curious glance. Wait a second, this isn't dream 1, you say? Continue to dream 1. I'm really excited about this. Dream 1 is on the top right corner there, folks. You fall through the empty abyss of Hali. Creatures of unknown and impossible origin lurk just beyond the darkness of your sight. The name, nice try game, looms above you, magnificent and yet bound in his prison of madness, manipulating your torturous descent with a sole outstretched arm. Each investigator has earned the Lost Soul weakness. Does not count towards deck size. Shuffle a copy of this weakness into the investigator's deck, and then continue to Dream 2. I'm going to do that now. I already have a copy pulled out for this eventuality. Whoop. Oh, it's a weakness. It's got sweet art, but it's not very nice. It makes you take damage if you fail a check. I know, Crosshair. It's good, eh? Nice try, Aragwen. But it starts with a H. Nice try, though. Huh. If you are serious, I actually... Ooh. No one's allowed to say it in the chat, are they? That's going to be tough. Capital H, top right corner of the screen if you're watching. Oh, yeah, Henry, exactly. Henry? Crosshair, write that down. Third card. Oh, geez, sorry, guys. Okay. Continue to Dream 2. Where the hell is Dream 2? Bottom left. Constance takes your hand and pulls you onto the polished dance floor. Come now, don't be shy. Tonight is a night for dancing, for celebration. Check the campaign log. If the king claimed its victims, it did not. If the above is not true, if you intruded on a secret meeting, I did not. If you slayed the monsters at the dinner party, I did not. If none of the above are true, continue to Dream 6. Aragwen, I'm not writing it in the chat because I don't want to take a horror. Damn it. How do I... Oh. Can you... Alright, you know what we're going to do, Aragwen? I think this gets around it. Here's a random collection of letters for you, Aragwen. That'll work, right? Continue to Dream 6. I don't think that counts. If you guys think it counts, you let me know. Dream 6 is here on the left-hand side. It says, the lights of the theater are dim. Oh, sorry, the lights of the theater dim, and a spotlight shines on the stage. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the creature exclaims. Its many tentacles reach across the stage, up into the rafters, and throughout the aisles. It tears the curtains down, and tattered red cloth falls over its bulbous form. Check the campaign log. If the police are suspicious of you, they're not. Although, technically they should be, because I am an art forger. Otherwise, continue to Dream 8. Dream 8 is back a page. It's so annoying. Dream 8 is on the left-hand side. It says you peer in the mirror and the stranger peers back at you. His gaze drills into your mind. The mirror shatters. Check the campaign log. If there are 3 or fewer tally marks under chasing the stranger, I have, this campaign, 0. Normally I have 3, 4, 5, somewhere in that range. 0. Absolute trash. We're continuing to Dream 9, so I haven't been chasing the stranger. Dream 9's on the bottom left. You chase the stranger through dark, chilly passageways composed of hundreds of thousands of skeletal bodies. Skulls watch as you run, their mouths rattling a mocking taunt as you pass. The stranger reaches a solid wall of bone and is grabbed by bony hands and pulled into the wall. Their mocking laughs reach an awful crescendo. It's probably drier because they're skeletons. Top left, Dream 13. Daniel's voice calls out to you. They are opening the path to Carcosa. Continue to awakening. Awakening! You awaken from your fitful dream. Sweating and gagging. This cannot go on any longer. You have only one option. Check the campaign log if you have... Nope. Okay, what? Nope. Right, so check the... Okay, nope. Come on, man. You haven't done anything this game. This cannot go on any longer. You have only one option. If you are... Oh, Heartsu! Aww. You have only one option if you are to continue your investigation. You must find Nigel Engram, director of the King in Yellow and architect of this madness. Remember, this is all about a play, folks. Only he will have the answers you seek. You pack your bags and plan your trip to Paris, the city of lights. Check the campaign log. If Jordan Perry is listed under VIPs interviewed, proceed to Jordan's information. Jordan's information says, according to Mr. Jordan Perry, who had financed several performances of the King in Yellow across the world, Nigel Engram was an eccentric and impassioned man, almost to the point of mania. Rumor was he hadn't directed any other works since discovering the King in Yellow. Jordan first met with Mr. Engram at a cafe in Montparnasse, L'Agneau Perdu, that's the lost lamb. You travel there first, hoping to find Mr. Engram. Each investigator begins the game with 3 additional resources. Instead of the normal starting location, we start at Montparnasse. Proceed to setup. Okay. So here in the setup, there's a bunch of locations. Blobbity-bloop, blop, blop. We start at Montparnasse. So what I'm going to do while I talk this through here briefly, I'm shuffling up all of the locations, because there's 2 of each, basically. I'm going to choose one at random. You guys are watching me do this, so you can't accuse me of cheating or anything. Pull that away, away, away. There's only 1 copy of that. And this one. It's a big map, because Paris is a what? Big city. Horst. Oh God, I can't. What I can't tell is out in the chat if people are like actively attempting to get me to, like, quote unquote fail here, or no. It's not a Doom. It's a horror. I only have 8, and I die if I go to 0. No. Oh, Crosshair, I promise not to assign you a horror if you write the name of the King in Yellow in the chat. I promise. Okay, so we did that. We shuffled in our Lost Soul weakness to start with 8 resources. Our actions, we're adaptable, we're streetwise, we're Sefina. Our scenario card. Oh, yes. Oh, that's what I maybe didn't do. Let's just check the chaos bag here. Nope, I totally did. Damn it. Look at this. 3 skulls, bunch of numbers, and some ugly-ass elder things. Oops. Very good, Crosshair. Thank you. Okay, so skulls are -X, the amount of doom in play. Okay. The elder things are -2 if you fail, lose a resource for each point you fail by. That's actually not too bad. Wait, what? Okay. Right, what else are we doing? looking at the setup. Okay, I already did this actually, but I want to point out in this, I'm just going to look at the other scenario here. Right. In this scenario, there are two different agenda and act decks that depend on whether you have more doubt or conviction in your campaign. Graspy Loot, you can play up to 4 in Arkham Horror, the card game. This is a simulator on tabletop simulator. You can also play online at Octagon, OCTGN or whatever it's called. But it's a living card game. So this person meticulously put all the cards into the simulator, and it's awesome. But yeah, you can kind of see here there's 4 spots for up to 4 players. I have played with another person before, like in person back when that was a thing. And whee! And then I've also played the game one-handed, two-handed, four-handed. Like I've played different, investigators and stuff. It's a good time. Okie dokie. So normally I have more doubt than conviction in my life, but also in the game, which leads you to a specific type of encounter and act, agenda and act deck. However, I have this time, because of you, dear chat, I have 0 doubt and 2 conviction. So I use the other agenda and act deck. I have never played the tabletop Call of Cthulhu, but I bet it's awesome, Graspy Loot. And I'd love to hear about it, what you feel works well, and so on. Anything else? So yes, so we use different encounter cards, blah, 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 blah. We're ready. Let's read the agenda and the act. Agenda 1A, the first night. Can you guys, see that literally at all? No, eh? I'll read it to you. As you step off the train in the Gare d'Orsay and make your way to Montparnasse, as they told you to do, the sun sinks below the Paris skyline. You cannot waste any time. If Nigel Engram is somewhere in Paris, you have to find him and wring the answers from him one way or another. Ooh! Excuse me, Graspy Loot, that's so exciting! Excellent use of the Paul emote, though. That's exactly its intended usage. Wowie Maui, really cool. So people are taking on roles as investigators of the Mythos? Ooh, tell us all about it. Woo! This agenda says, while you have more conviction than doubt, which I do. It says, when checking the doom threshold, so during the game when you have to check to see if the agenda advances, it says, doom on cards other than this agenda subtract instead of adding to the doom. Now, I'm going to say, normally, that would be a really good thing, because less total doom means the agenda doesn't advance as quickly. It's a good thing. I'm going to assume, in this scenario, it's a bad thing somehow, because the game always wants to punish you. Act 1A, the Parisian Conspiracy, version 2. You pass the church of Saint Barnabé as you exit the train station and cannot help but overhear the organ playing. The organ? Is there a sermon this late in the evening? You marvel at the wild and strange chords for a moment before continuing. Paris is a big city, and you have very few leads. Spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Also, at the end of the round, if there are 3 or more doom in play, advance. Okay, so I need 2 clues as fast as possible to figure out what's going on here in Paris. All right, guys, here it is. We're ready. About 24 minutes in. Perfect. Let's draw our opening hand. Let's get doomed. Normally we draw 5 and we mulligan, but Sefina draws 13. Yeah. Well, Requiem, it's meant to be... It is a bit pessimistic, but it's also meant to be incredibly challenging, purposefully. That's a weakness. I'm going to put that back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's a good one. 10, 11, 12, woof, 13. The hell? What the hell? So I think I know what I did. I think I accidentally added another copy of this digitally on the deck builder. But I think Crosshair would appreciate the fact that this weakness, which is unique, came out of my deck, and then another copy came out of my deck. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. So there should only be one. There can only be one. 6, 7, 8. That's also a weakness. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Jesus Christ. 12, 13. Nice. I think this is a good start. Okay. So we have to put up to 5 events underneath Seth, which I'll just put them up here. Intel report. Elusive for sure. Ward of protection for sure. I think I have to choose all the events I have. Oh, did I choose elusive already? I did. I'll take the other elusive, fuck. So then I'll keep think on your feet. And I will also put deny existence. Yeah, that feels good. So I just shuffled it back in Crosshair, but I actually did draw a Lost Soul, but it was like 13th or something. Lucky number 13. It's back in the deck, though, Crosshair. When the game begins, if the Moon 18 is in your hand, put it into play, baby! Boom! All right. Woo! Starting with 8 resources. That feels pretty good. I know. What the hell, man? Okay. Well, now we start from 0 again, Crosshair, right? In terms of card draw. Okay, so we've got our 5 events beneath Sefina Rousseau. We've got our 7 now opening cards. Let's have a look at Montparnasse. This area is known for its cafes and bars and is often frequented by starving artists. Like you, Sefina Rousseau. Perhaps some of these creative types will become famous someday. Most, you assume, will fade into obscurity. It's really sad. This is a 1 shroud, 1 clue location. It says after you discover any number of clues, discard cards from your hand with that many willpower icons. If you can't, take a horror. Okay, well, there's only 1 clue, so it's actually not too bad. Okay, this is a nice, easy-ish start. Balls. I wanted to play everything. Balls. This says add, so I can't do that. What I want to do is play Leo, play Lockpicks, and then play Lone Wolf, but I don't have enough resources for all of those things. So I'll play Leo, I'll play Lockpicks, I go to 0, and then I'm going to investigate. I'm going to see if I can do the rest. Do not get the hoter, kid. Don't get cocky. Don't get the height. Okay, so Leo DeLuca, the Louisiana Lion. Normally I'd say he's just provided some like intel about Paris to Sefina, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say you are shat. What? Oh my god. I'm gonna assume that he's actually come with Sefina on this trip. I don't know how Sefina's managed to persuade this guy, this con artist, to cross the ocean with her. Does it now? But somehow, he's persuaded her, or she's persuaded him to, got it. I got it. Oh, I got it. She's persuaded him to come along on their adventure here in Paris, which is pretty exciting, all things considered. Okay, so he's kind of like, well, 2 heads are better than 1, Seth. Like, maybe I'll go off and see if I can find any information in the east part of the city. You take the west part of the city. We'll meet back. Thank you so much, Carnage Inc. So kind. I'm doing really well. Welcome to Doomed. I hope you're doing well too. It's great to see you again. Did I see you last night on Punchy? I think so. Anyway, either way, thank you so much and welcome. So the Louisiana Lion. You know what? I bet Seth was like, look, I don't know what's going on with this play, but I bet if we can find Nigel Engram and wring some info out of him, I bet we can take him for all he's worth, financially speaking. Leo's like, awesome, I love this idea. This director is absolutely crazy. He's got to have a ton of money. So they rush over to Paris together. He's going to start investigating on his own. She's going to do her thing, Of course she's got her lockpicks out. She's going to break into the cafe at night and see what she can find here in Montparnasse. So, third action, we're going to investigate using lockpicks. I am going to commit this quick thinking because as a guard comes around the corner, naturally you try to, she tries to duck into a little alleyway here. He's gonna be quick, so, a haste turn. A haste turn. Very good. Oh, you son of a gun, Crosshair. Right, okay, so, I'm investigating this one shroud location. I have 2 intellect, but I'm adding my agility, which is 5, so I'm at 7, 8 with quick thinking. Yeah, what do we got? Boop. Okay, even -4, that's still really good. So, quick thinking gives us an extra action. I don't have to remove a charge from lockpicks. I get the clue, and it says, you must discard a willpower icon from hand, so I will. I'll discard watch this, which kind of sucks. I'm going to use my last 2 actions to gain a resource, and then play Lone Wolf. Perfect. So, Seth, upon breaking into the cafe, does find some old scribbled notes left behind by Nigel. He can't be far in the city. He must be around here somewhere, and the notes essentially are just scribbled versions of the sign and various other notes about the script, like, oh, how can we make the stranger more mysterious? You know, can we do this with the lighting? Can we do that? He seems obsessed with the play and what it means. Sefina's ready to strike off again on her own. So that was the investigation phase. Pretty long, but not too bad. It's the enemy phase. There's no enemies, so we ready our lockpicks. We draw a card and gain a resource. It's the man in the pallid mask. He spawns at the location farthest from all investigators. Now, I kind of want to try to get him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a spawn over here in the Père Lachaise Cemetery. Of course. Indeed, it's time. We have all laid aside disguise, but you, the mask, the king in yellow. Ooh. So I have to pass an investigate check at +2 shroud, and then I can figure out what he's doing in the cemetery, or you can fight him. Either way, I get a mark on the stranger tally thing or whatever, which might be good. I need to start making money like ASAP. Is that true, Crosshair? Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess if you count that way, right? You have to count the closest direction, right? So 1, 2, 3. I think is closer still. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think there's a closer way up here. What's Tess' secret, Zesty? What's Tess' secret? Okay, so 1 doom on the agenda. Doom on other cards subtract, but at the end of the round if there's 3 or more doom in play. So I might need to do something about that. Let's draw our first encounter card of the game. Oh, this sounds really bad, guys. Okay, this says, hunted by Bayaki. Now, what's a Bayaki, you might be asking? What do you think that creature is above that investigator's head over there? Nice try, Zesty. Revelation. Test agility 6. If you fail, reveal the top X cards of the encounter deck. X is the amount you failed by. If at least 1 Bayaki is revealed, draw it. If at least an omen is revealed, take a horror. Ugh. Okay, so I have to test agility 6. I have 5, so that's actually not too bad. I'm going to save my think on my feet. Let's just test. 5e6. I was really worried that was going to happen. The Elder thing says I lose a resource. So I failed by 3. So I'm going to reveal the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Hello, Lamira! We are in Paris. Welcome to Paris, where we have obtained a clue. We've got our lockpicks. We're about to be hunted by horrible monsters. And there's a man over here in the cemetery. think you're all caught up. Welcome, Lamyra. Beautiful people. Oh, Lamyra. Thank you. Swoosh, swoosh. I'm just, here. I don't know if you can see her hair very well. I'm just tossing my beautiful artisanal hair. The Bayaki are creatures of about 3 meters, capable of flying, carrying a rider, and that can move floating at will in space. Can move floating at will in space and moving at light speed. Light speed? Jesus Christ. Okay, we're revealing the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, so there's no Bayakis here. Are there any omens? That's an omen, yeah. This one's an omen. So I have to take a horror. I'll put it on me. Yeah, put it on me. But I will go for rugged and dignified. And then I have to... Is it reveal or discard? Yeah, shuffle. Okay, so they go back. Because of course they do. Okay, so actually, I just took a horror and lost a resource. Could be worse, right? Could be worse. Okay, so I wasn't actually hunted by Bayaki, but Sefina, after exiting the cafe here in, exiting L'Agneau Perdu, the lost lamb here in Montparnasse, feels eyes upon her. She doesn't know where they are or what kind, but she's worried. Nice, Lamyra. Someone assumed I was a man, told me I must be a handsome bastard. You know, Lamyra, I say, why gender handsome bastard? Anyone can be handsome. And never mind. Well, that's really nice, Lamyra. I hope you set them straight, so to speak. Why, thank you. Whoa! Okay. 1 resource from Lone Wolf. 4 actions. I want to start making my way towards the man in the pallid mask. But I don't want to go to Notre. If I don't go to Notre Dame, I'll have to go there eventually. So let's go. First action, let's move to Notre Dame. See what's going on here. The most famous cathedral in all of Paris, and one of the finest examples of Gothic architecture in the world. Notre Dame de Paris, Our Lady of Paris, is an icon of the city. Light shines out from its stained glass windows, and you can hear a pipe organ inside blaring a bizarre, chaotic melody. Gasp, Zesty! Gasp! How do you know, Zesty? That could be anyone in that photo. Those could be anyone's dogs in that photo. Okay. This is a 3 shroud, 1 clue location that doesn't get a clue for some reason. Let's put one on there. Oh god, oh no, oh god, what have I done? I didn't remove one. No one told me. I missed a location earlier. Okay, sorry, so in fact it did spawn a... Technically it should be the one that I put away, but fuck it, it's randomized. I don't know what they say. Nice try, Crosshair. Aww. Everyone's so nice in the chat. Okay. This is Notre Dame de Paris. It's 4 shroud. It's 1 clue. It says each enemy at Notre Dame gets +1 fight and -1 evade. After you successfully evade an enemy by 3 or more, you can take an additional action. That sounds pretty nice. More importantly, though, I want to get this frickin' clue, man. I could just try to investigate. It's 4 shroud, but I'd be at 7. This feels pretty good. This frickin' clue, man. You know what? No, there's a love fest going on in the chat, and I can't ignore it, VOD people. I'm getting in on this love fest. Hey, everyone in the chat, I love all of you. Equally, but in very different ways. Hang on, let me try that again. Differently, but in very equal ways. No, that doesn't make sense either. Doesn't matter. Big capital L. Oh, it means... it means muscle octopus. Hey, bro, you been working out? Yeah, I've been lifting weights. I think it's quote ad with a space in between. Yeah, oh, sorry, Lamyra. Yeah, everyone's a bit different, eh? Everyone's a bit different. Let's try to get this clue via the old Lockpicks And if I fail, then I will buy it with intel report. So I'm investigating. I have 2 intellect and 5 agility, so I'm investigating at a 7. Oh, 0. That's good. Got it. So despite the, not despite the organ music, but like, oh, you guys. All right. So we got the clue from Notre Dame, which is great. Okay. And I don't need to remove anything from it. No, it's perfect, Lamira. So, Seth hears strange organ music coming from inside, and she's maybe thinking about breaking into Notre Dame, but actually just there's a little adjoining kind of annex where she manages to sort of sneak in instead. She doesn't find any information in particular about Nigel Engram, unfortunately. Ew. Ew, zesty. Just kidding. But she does find a bit of information, apparently, especially when rejoined by her old pal, Leo De Luca. Well, Nigel doesn't live here at Notre Dame de Paris, but they do find some information about a mysterious figure in the city known as the Organist. We don't really know, she doesn't know anything about what that might mean, but there's some sort of figure stalking the city at night. People are hearing, the strange sounds of organ music. Very Phantom of the Opera, but of course that hasn't been written yet, so don't even get there. It sounds about right, actually, Requiem. Crosshair, rather, as well. Okay, so that was 2. Feeling good about that. So, 3. Let's continue, right? We're going to try to make our way to the cemetery. We're going to continue to Le Marais. This historic district has recently become less aristocratic, but the old architectural masterwork remains. This is a 3-shroud, 1-clue location. It says, when your turn begins, if you're in Le Marais, draw a card. I'm going to sit here, that's for sure. Throughout this region, you cannot shake the feeling that you're being watched. Ooh, something along the rooftops ducks just out of sight each time you peer upward. Seth has felt those eyes upon her. She doesn't know what that is, but she does know. She's not even really sure what she's looking for. She's looking for information about Nigel Engram, but it's a big-ass city, and she and Leo can only cover so much ground. But she feels herself drawn to the northeast, the cemetery. It's perhaps a bit dark for her to think this way, but she's just wondering if... I'll just take a resource from my last action. She's just wondering, maybe there's something up there that can help me. Again, there's no enemies on the board yet. So we move back to Upkeep, where I ready my lockpicks, and I ready all my things, and I draw a card, and I gain a resource. Second card is another pair of lockpicks. Classic goth. Classic gothic architecture. Okay. Mythos, second out of... I have the clues necessary to advance, and I definitely want to spend them. But I have 2 dooms, so I technically have another round before I need to, at least for now. Let's draw our encounter card and see what happens. Oh boy. Twin Suns. Twin Suns. The implication spoils what would otherwise be a lovely sunset. What the hell? I like the one sun through the Arc de Triomphe there, and there's the other one on the side. Ooh, what's going on? Twin suns is an omen. It sure is. It's an omen that you're no longer on Earth. Test book 4. If you fail, remove a doom or take a horror for each point you failed by. Well, at this point, I'll be removing a doom, actually. That's okay. Aww. That's nice, Requiem. Yeah, Tatooine, right? This isn't sci-fi. This is horror. Let's test. Can't do much about it. Test. I mean, I could, I guess. So I failed by 4. So I could take 4 horror, or I could remove a doom from the current agenda. Again, I get the feeling that that's going to be bad later in the scenario. For now, it's okay because I'm just waiting to get to 3 before I spend my clues. But I'm actually okay with this so far. I'm just wandering around doing nothing. My turn begins, I gain a resource from Lone Wolf, and as a reaction, I can draw a card. Let's do it. This is the third card, Crosshair. It was not Lost Soul. Ah, yes, thank you, Crosshair. So, enemies. Do I actually have the little reference? I think I do here. This is the round sequence. In the enemy phase, enemies with the hunter keyword move towards the nearest investigator, and then each engaged enemy attacks if able. Otherwise, they do nothing. Zesty. The man in the pallid mask does not have a hunter keyword, so he just sits there. He sits there just out of reach, like an absolute asshole. All right. We drew a card from being in Le Marais. I am going to get this clue. I am going to get this clue. That is what I'm going to do. First action, we're going to try to... In Le Marais here, the aristocratic neighborhood, Leo's pretty sure that he's found the home of one Nigel E., which they, assume must be Nigel Engram, the director. So they're going to break in and see what they can find. I'm a 7. -4 is 3. So I succeed, and I get the clue. And then I have to remove a charge from Lockpicks, so she breaks a pick getting in there. I will not Requiem. This is a family program. It's a family program about the horrors of the unknown. Okay. Oh, Requiem. What am I gonna do with you? Okay. So, we got our Lockpicks. Oh, boy, Crosshair's down on Pringles, folks. Right, correct, Aragorn, exactly. It's time for everybody's favorite game show. Say that name. Okay, so one of my lockpicks broke. Too bad, so sad. But we got a clue from this location. Surprise, it was not Nigel Engram's home. It was the home of another very elderly person. Upon hearing... oh, that was the audience that just got... it's the studio audience of Say That Name. Lemire, are you, paying attention at all? I'm just kidding. So the studio audience of the hit game show Say That Name, they get killed because you see they thought about saying the name. You understand? Oh, Zesty! I almost said that out loud. Zesty, that was the closest. Oh, I see, Lemira. I understand. Ask John to do that sound for you sometimes. He'll give it the old college try. Horrible. Okay. Just horrible. Right. Okay. What am I doing? Right. Upon breaking into Nigel E.'s home, they discovered it is not Nigel Engram's home, so they've managed to eliminate one Nigel E. from the list. But the old man had lots of valuables, which they managed to grab a few of. They are... I mean, Sefina's not a thief, per se, but, with Leo's prodding and, motivation, she did, take a few things from the old man. Let's continue. I'm just going to keep going, because I now have the clues exactly, Aragorn. I think this is Nigel Engram's home. Want to go in? Sure! All right, we're going to go up to Canal Saint-Martin. This underground canal connects the River Seine to the Canal de l'Ourcq. I'm sorry, O-U-R-C-Q? God damn it, French. Canal de l'Ourcq. An old cracked staircase leads down to the canal's entrance. Damn it, Leo, why'd you bring me here? Here. So let's have a look. 4 shroud, 1 clue. After you evade an enemy at Canal Saint-Martin, move that enemy to a connecting location. It's also got victory 1. And guess what I have in my hand? That's right, folks. It's Intel Report. Which just says buy a clue. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna buy the clue here, which will give me a clue and give me a victory point. Choo-choo! Pretty good. I mean, so far, those twin suns... Weirdly enough, the twin suns actually put Sefina more at ease. And it's weird, she's, again, received reports about the city of Paris and about its construction and about its history. She knows there's a large series of catacombs running under the city of Paris, which are absolutely terrifying, and there's no reason to go down there. But one of the entrances to it is under the Canal Saint-Martin. So she thought she would at least just check out those entrances for possible signs of maybe Nigel Engram sort of like coming in and out, perhaps a secret underground rehearsal space. Last action, do we move or do we just sit here and take a resource? I think we just sit here because I can evade people here, right? Do I want to just advance the agenda and just like see what happens? I have another round. I feel like I should just... Yeah, I'm just going to give it one more round, I think. Sometimes that's the worst. Yes, because I might be able... So I'm just going to take a resource last action. Because I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I'll be able to, evade people here and that sort of thing. So again, the enemy on the board, the man in the pallid mask, does nothing. BTW, you'll hear me sing the man in the pallid mask a few times. It is, of course, the theme song to The Man with the Golden Gun, James Bond film, Roger Moore, 1960, whatever, and Christopher Lee. You will hear me sing that numerous times. Okay, upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. It's pickpocketing level 2! I upgraded one of my pickpocketings to be better. God, Crosshair. See, now I can't trust anything you say, especially if I see an S and a T anywhere near each other in your thing. Oh, damn! Also, Zesty, you absolutely almost got me with yours. That was wild. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a name that I am not allowed to say. We have heeded Daniel's warning. We cannot speak his name. It's very important. Ooh! So pickpocketing level 2 is great. It costs the same as pickpocketing level 0, but it's fast, so it doesn't take an action to play it. And after you evade an enemy, instead of drawing a card, you may draw a card or gain a resource, and if you do really well, you can do both. Even better, which means it just sits in my hand till I'm ready. Okay, Mythos Phase, here we go. I've got so many clues. We go to 2 out of 6 Doom. And we draw our encounter card. Our encounter card is a stealthy Bayaki. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, Crosshair. This one says Hunter. I really like that it's just like, meh, like sneaking up on you. Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's bad. There's the Bayaki. Yeah, well, of course I do. Of course I do. My turn begins. I'll gain a resource from Lone Wolf, and I will play pickpocketing, and I will play it fast. Doesn't cost an action, doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Kaboom. Okay, so we're here in the Canal Saint-Martin. After I evade an enemy here, I can move it to a connecting location. So basically, if you kick it hard enough, you splash it into the canal, and then it floats away down the river. Crosshair. The problem is you guys know that I say everything out loud from the chat. Oh, what a disaster. Okay, the Stealthy Bayaki has 3 evade, so I'm just going to evade it, right? Let's just go for it. I have 5. I'll throw in this pickpocketing, because I want to succeed if I can, by a bunch. Yeah, let's evade. Here we go. So I'm going to... Just, though. Phew! Okay, so I evaded. I was a 6 versus a 3. So I went -3, and I will move it to a connecting location, Montmartre, which I'm allowed to do. So, lurking kind of down in the canal itself, Sefina and Leo here at the very last second. They hear a horrible buzzing, hissing sound coming from above them. They leap out of the way as a creature about 2 or 3 meters long blasts down through one of the openings into the canal. They hear a splash, and it floats away. They have no idea what it was. It sounded like a hornet, but larger. Yeah, it's really working, actually, Crosshair. I gotta tell you, it is working well. Okay, so I succeeded. Pickpocketing says draw a card or gain a resource. I did not succeed by 2 or more, so I will just draw a card. Watch this, that's a good card. Let's continue, hey? Oh, hi, Ripley. Let's go to the Père Lachaise Cemetery, so I'll be nicely in a corner. The largest cemetery in Paris, and its first garden cemetery. Père Lachaise, Father the Chair, is as beautiful as it is haunting. Horrible. So I'll move, second action, I'll go there. I'm hoping to deal with the man in the pallid mask. A 2-shroud, 2-clue location. After an enemy moves into Père Lachaise Cemetery, it gets +1 horror value for the remainder of the round. So I want to get out of here. Paths of stone wind through rows of graves and countless mausoleums. I'm sorry. Paths of stone wind, thanks a fucking lot, English. Paths of stone wind through rows of graves and countless mausoleums. The dense, twisting cemetery has you trapped in a state of melancholy, surrounded by death on all sides. If I can clear both clues off this location, I'll have an additional victory point. And the man in the pallid mask says investigate, and if you succeed, get rid of him. So that'll be good. As I was just about to say, in your attempt to avoid saying all of the things that you want me to say, Crosshair, you run smack dab into the man in the pallid mask. So Sefina's finally made it to the cemetery where she feels drawn, and indeed standing high up on a small mound, like a hill overlooking the majority of the cemetery, it is the man in the pallid mask, who seemingly has followed her and Leo all the way from Arkham, Massachusetts. She looks up at him and knows better than to shout, looking for an answer. There's no reason. Let's try to investigate. I want to get these clues. Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's going to go to 3 doom next turn, and then it's at the end of the round. So I still have a whole other round after this, which is good. Third action, we're going to investigate here. So seeing a grave, or a mausoleum, marked with the name of Engram, she and Leo exchange horrified glances. You know, there's no date listed on the outside of the mausoleum, but is it possible that Nigel has passed since the last production of The Last King, of the King in Yellow? Is it possible? They try to break in to try to find out. I'm going to investigate. I have 7 skill value here. -2 is 5 versus the 2 of the location is good, so I grab a clue. I have so many clues, and I don't lose a Lockpicks charge. And now, ideally, I would try to clear the man in the pallid mask as well. So that's 4 shroud in this location. If I toss in the Lockpicks and a streetwise, I'd be like 6v4. Do we feel good about 6 versus 4? And more importantly, do I want to get rid of my lockpicks? I think so. They managed to get into the mausoleum, but Seth feels compelled to step back out as Leo continues to try to break the inner sanctum of the mausoleum. She looks up to where the man in the pallid mask was, and he seems to have vanished. She's going to try to climb up to see what she can find up there. Last action, I'm going to try to do the action on the man in the pallid mask. It says, your location gets +2 shroud for an investigation. If you succeed, defeat the man in the pallid mask. So that's a 4. I have 2. I'm going to spend 2 resources to go up to 5 And then I'm going to go 6. Fuck it, 7. Think on your feet. So, last action, I'm a 7. Ooh, good. -2. Okay. Phew. So we don't get the clue. We defeat the man in the pallid mask. And I'm going to make a note in my campaign log, aka my phone, that we have 1 mark under chasing the stranger. Where do I do this? Chasing the stranger 1. Because nothing's better than doing something once when you should have been doing it multiple times. All right. He's just sitting there as a turnip. As a turnip. What are you going there as a turnip? Oh, hello, Real Brick Wall. I'll give you the quick Coles notes. This is another episode of Doomed, Arkham Horror the Living card game. When rioting, citizens of France destroyed the Bastille, and they discovered within its records this mysterious entry. Prisoner number 6438900. The man in the pallid mask. I do, Crosshair, but... yes, hi, Real Brick Wall, sorry. Yes, so this is Arkham Horror the card game. Sefina Rousseau is taking on the Return to the Path to Carcosa. She's in Paris right now, trying to find the director of the King in Yellow, Nigel Engram. So far unsuccessful. She's found tons of clues, but she has a horrible beast after her, and probably many other things as well. Oh, very good. Very good. Requiem. I don't... Oh! Oh! Do you think I said it then, guys? I'll take the horror if I have to. Does that count? Okay, I'll wait. There's a name that I'm not allowed to say. Real Brick Wall, which is what's happening here. Do I look super sunny? I do. That's a bit better. Okay. Phew. Okay. Yeah. Nice try, Requiem lost. It is Real Brick Wall. It is. Okay, so I defeated the man in the pallid mask. Bueno. He yelled. In the enemy phase, the Bayaki is exhausted, so it will not pursue me. In Upkeep, I'll ready my Lockpicks, I'll ready my pickpocketing, I'll get all my little things back here, and we'll ready the stealthy Bayaki here in Montmartre. Twice. You bastard. Crosshair, that's 2 horror to you. 2 horror. Okay, draw a card, gain a resource. Sneak attack. Sneak attack feels pretty good. Oh, it only has 2 health. Oh. No, I can't, Real Brick Wall. Everyone's trying to trick me. Trick me. Oh, what time is it? Good Lord, this has been crazy so far. Now I have to put the brightness back up. Thanks a lot, Montreal weather. Okay. Good. Upkeep, done. Mythos phase. We have so many clues. 3 out of 6. At the end of the round, if there are 3 or more Doom in play advance, I'm going to spend my clues. I'm just hoping to get more before the end of the round. Let's see what this is. Twisted to his will. Revelation. If there is no Doom in play, there is. Otherwise, test will X. X is the amount of Doom in play. If you fail, discard 2 cards from your hand at random. Okay. I'm testing will X. I'm testing willpower 3. I'm going to throw in the Yeah, I'm going to throw in the watch this. I'm going to spend 2 resources on it. So, twisted to his will. Standing here in the cemetery, unable to locate the man in the pallid mask, who has seemingly vanished into thin air, Sefina feels a power rising from the ground, coming actually out of the mausoleum where she left Leo DeLuca. it seems to be enveloping her in its hands. This power somehow has hands. It seems to be enveloping her in them. I'm testing 5 versus 3. Skull -3. It's the amount of doom in play. Balls. Okay. So big fail. Big fail. Discard 2 cards from your hand. Shit. Well, that's disappointing. She collapses to the... Huh. All right, Aragwen. Since those are all nouns, I'm really curious what your sentence is. Like, what's the primary noun in the sentence? I mean, one of those seems more primary than the others. Hit us up, Aragwen. I'm sure those filthier folks in chat are gonna love it. Okay, so I had to discard my sneak attack. Basically, again, the power rising up from the ground is shaking Sefina to her core. She collapses, but just for a moment. As we move back into the investigation phase, we gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Right, this is gone. Oh, that's true. That's true. So, are you going to masturbate in the pasture? Is that what's happening? Oh, God. It kind of ruins it if I go shh, hey, right? Okay, investigation phase. We got a resource from our lone wolf. We want to get this clue. She's going to rush back down to try to assist your friend and mine, Leo DeLuca. 7, huge success. Absolutely insane. We grab the clue, and I've got another victory point. Fantastico. Go on. Give me some more suggestions. No, I will not. I will not. I will not, Aragwen. God, I love you guys. All right. We're going to leave for a moment because I want to, I think, evade again in the canal. Unrelated? I would not say shta. And I also wouldn't put a H on the beginning of it, Aragwen. No, you know what? It's not the name, so I don't mind saying Asterix licks. Whoa! I don't mind saying it wrong. Asterixless. Oh, that's tough. Man, that's sad. Big fail. Okay, we got the other clue. Let's advance. Let's see what horrors we unearth. Oh, ooh, I like it. Let's see what horrors we unearth here by advancing the act. This is Act 1B, True Evil. Oh, gee. Oh, Max. Oh, he scared the hell out of me, man. Max just jumped on my lap. Mwah. Mwah. Now, settle down. This is Doomed. Welcome. Welcome to Doomed, Max. If you spent clues to advance, the organ you heard earlier continues to haunt you. That's organ music for you filthers in the chat there. No matter where you are, the torturous chords play over and over in your head. The sensation that you are being watched tugs at your mind. Spawn the set-aside, the Organist enemy, at the location farthest from all investigators. Hopeless I defied him. Side face up. Advance to Act 2A, Stalked by Shadows. Okay, well, we're going to have to look at this guy in a bit. This also says, shuffle both set-aside copies of Figure in the Shadows. Oof, sounds really bad. Okay. Okay. So, busting into this mausoleum, they find it completely empty. But Sefina looks to Leo, who confirms with a very curt nod of his head that he feels it too. There is evil that has been unleashed upon the city. Oh boy, this is the Organist. Hopeless I defied him. He's a humanoid avatar, and he's elite. The point from which it would strike was his infernal eyes. He has 5 fight and null health and 3 evade. He's a hunter. He can't be damaged. So we're not fighting him, that's for sure. I wasn't planning on it. Forced. After he moves from the hunter keyword, if he's unengaged, resolve its hunter keyword again, he can't attack this phase. In other words, he moves speedily. Oh, I was so close to that one too, Crosshair. God damn. I mean, you don't know how close I am because I just go every time. But trust me when I say I'm really close to reading these out all the time. Hello, Max. Hello, Chaos Cat. Okay, enjoy me fighting the Organist. Okay, the Organist is an enemy with null health. He can't be damaged. He has 3 evade, though, which is okay. After he moves from the hunter keyword, he moves again from the hunter keyword. So he's coming for you fast. He also hits for 3 horror, which is like, by là. Although, actually, if I play my cards right, I'll be able to evade both of them here at the Canal Saint-Martin, which is good. Act 2A, Stalked by Shadows. I knew that every time I met him brought him nearer to the accomplishment of his purpose and my fate, and still I tried to save myself. Hi, Max. Don't go there, buddy. No, no. Ouch. Come on, Max. Oh. Why don't you just settle down here for a bit, buddy? Chaos. Chaos! Oh, good hop, buddy. Okay. Free trigger. Spend a clue as a group. 1 per investigator. That's 1. Either place a doom on the agenda or automatically invade the Organist. Group limit once per round. Very good, Requiem. Nice try, guys. Damn. Okay, it doesn't even say I have to be at his location. It doesn't say I have to be at his location. That's really good. I could just keep him over there and just keep spending clues. Objective. Survive 3 nights. Okay. This is why Doom on other cards in play, subtracting from the total, is bad. We need to survive 3 nights, which means I need to just run around and survive. But I can spend clues to add Doom, which I think I might want to do, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to keep getting clues so that I can keep surviving. Okay, okay. So Act 2A says survive 3 nights. And I have lots of clues. Okay. I think I want money, so I think I'm just going to sit here, actually, at the... Yeah, I think I'm just going to sit here at the Père Lachaise Cemetery. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Do I want resources or do I want cards? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Let's draw. Okay. I'll just take 2 resources. Okay. In the enemy phase, here we go. Hunter's Hunt. This is what Crosshair was talking about. The stealthy Bayaki, which was disappeared somewhere underground, buzzes back towards us into the Canal Saint-Martin. The Organist hunts once to me, and then again, because it says he does twice. Yikes. Yeah, not great, eh? Okay. Upkeep. We ready our lockpicks? Whoa, we get our little tokens back. We draw a card and gain a resource. Ah, there it is, Crosshair. I am a lost soul. The wave of cold and dread and evil that is pushing in towards the cemetery, trapping Seth and Leo there, manifests itself in just a quick little flash of her dream falling through the waters of Hali. Revelation, check the campaign log. If you have more conviction than doubt, test will X. X is your book, your intellect. If you fail, take 2 damage. Oh, look at it. Look, Crosshair. It's the card. Okay, so I have to test willpower 2 because I have 2 intellect. I have 4 willpower, and I'm testing 2 intellect. I'm testing 2. Yeah, so 4 versus 2. Yeah. Whoop. 2 versus 2 if I didn't fail, so I tied. Excellent. Lost Soul does nothing this time. Hello, sloops. Woo, right behind me. Woo. Thanks for the follow, sloops. Welcome to Doomed. Okay. So that was Upkeep, unfortunately. And now we move to the Mythos phase. Oh, no problemo. Enjoy this. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. We're back to the Phantom of Truth in our Arkham Horror the Living card game, Return to the Path to Carcosa game. Things are going... I'm going to knock on some wood some more, Crosshair. Things are going okay, because I got a ton of clues with which I can add Doom or evade the Organist. In your grave be a grave dancer. Is that what you wanted me to do? Okay. Mythos phase. Did I add a Doom already? No, I did not. So we go to 4 out of 6. Okay. We just need to survive. That's the only objective of this thing, which is crazy. Oh no! Oh shit. Spires of Carcosa says, attach to your location and place 2 Doom on it. Shit. Oh, balls. The reason this is bad, normally it would advance the act faster, but of course, the agenda says Doom on cards other than this agenda subtract from the total Doom into play instead of adding to it. So in fact, I'm only at 2 out of 6. Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, remove a Doom from the location. Oh, it's on the location, rather. As she stares in horror, the mound that she went up onto in order to try to find the man in the pallid mask erupts in a blaze of light as alien towers crash up, up, up from the ground, reaching up into the sky. She can't believe what she's seeing. Okay. As we move back into the investigation phase, and I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Okay. I can't investigate with lockpicks in order to get rid of the Doom. I guess I just... the Doom goes away when the agenda advances, but it's just going to take extra long. Maybe that's okay, though. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, maybe... Okay, so what I wanted to do was to go to Canal Saint-Martin and evade there. So, like, move, evade, move again. I'd end up in Le Marais, and I would draw a card. That feels okay. And then I could go to Notre Dame and sit there for a bit before moving over and trying to get more clues. Because I could just spend all of these clues to just advance. Oh, it's only once per round. I think that's the right play, though. I have 5 evasion, and these values are both 3. So let's do it. We're going to move into the space. The Stealthy Bayaki engages me, and the Organist engages me. Sefina runs blindly away from the giant light towers that have erupted from the ground as she races back towards the canal. Coming out. Exactly, Requiem. Don't die. I won't. I mean, I'll try not to. As she rushes away from the graveyard, she runs smack into man, tall, gaunt, sweet-ass leather coat, top hat. The sound of organ music follows him as he stares deep into her soul. I'm going to try to evade the Organist first. He does more, like, damage or whatever. Damage or whatever. I have I have 5 evasion. Oh yeah, get in there, Zen. Woo! Oh, Paul with sunglasses. I like it. I have 5 agility because of the moon, and the Organist only has 3 evade, so let's do it. Whoa! Elder Sign! Did I want to evade him? Yeah. I will not move him away. I will leave him here. That's good. Okay, so big, huge evasion. The Elder Sign says, choose an event beneath this card and draw it if you want. I think I will, because I desperately want something that will help me. Oh my god. Fucking... Oh, Elusive is so good. It will be really good later. I'm drawing the Ward of Protection. Okay, good. I also succeeded by 2 or more, so I'm going to draw a card and gain a resource. Woo! Sneak attack! Oh, hello. So I moved, I evaded. Okay, this is good. The spires of Carcosa in the cemetery are absolute ass, but I feel okay about this so far. The game plan is to evade the stealthy and then sneak attack, get him down. Basically, Sefina's gonna like take the heat as Leo goes around and pulls out his like tiny little, you know, Derringer. 40? 40 caliber? I don't remember. 0.4, I mean. Let's try to evade the stealthy Bayaki next. Again, I have 5 evade versus its... No, 5 agility versus its 3 evade. Skull... The amount of doom in play, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a huge fail. Shit. I have to try to evade again, right? Shit. Do I want to boost this time? Oh, zesty. Oh god, it's true, eh? Oh. I'll take the skulls out of the bag. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take myself up to 8 agility this time. -1. Okay, success. I can move him to a connecting location. So I will. I'll move him to Montmartre. You're sick. Okay. Ah, balls. I didn't move away from the... Ah, shit. Okay, well, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. Okay, so... Good. In the enemy phase, nothing happens because they're both exhausted. God, just exhausted. We ready our pickpocketing. The table has turned. We ready the stealthy Bayaki here in Montmartre. We ready the Organist who's still at our location. Dun-dun! He engages us once more. Upkeep also draws us a card and gains us a resource. Hot streak. I win again. Sorry, Sugar. It's just not your night. Damn. I really like her eyes. They're very like me. I said hot streak. Nice try, crosshair. Ooh, that is actually a really close word, though, isn't it? Can you imagine if I just had a card in my deck that had the name on it? I was like, oh, I just drew the... Damn it. Oh! Oh! Nice try, everybody, says me. Okay. Upkeep draws me a hot streak. Oh, okay. Ooh. Just gonna keep an eye on the old brightness of the screen here. He stirred the pot. Okay. That was, yeah, Kate got me. I absolutely said it. You take a horror, Zen. Damn it, Zen! Shit! Yeah, you did. I did, yeah. I'm only taking 1 because both of you made me say it. So I'm only taking 1 horror. Okay? Damn it. The rules of the game are very clear. If a player says the name in the course of playing the scenario or during setup, they must immediately take a horror. Yay! Thanks, Zesty. Okay. Was that all upkeep? Good lord. Okay. Mythos Phase. We place a Doom on the agenda, so we're at 5 minus 2 is 3 out of 6. Okay. Oh, I can spend a clue to automatically evade him. It's automatic, right? And if I automatically evade, the pickpocketing will go off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. Damn it. Okay, draw an encounter card. Oh my fucking god. It's the Stealthy Bayaki. It begins, Crosshair. If you can hear the beating of its leathery wings, it's already too late. This is... sun from outside is horrible. Are y'all seeing this? Ugh, it's like yellow. Ugh. Ah! I can't adjust the white balance. Nope, nope, so much worse. Absolute trash. Oh, okay, excellent work, Kate. Well done. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Okay, so I now have another Stealthy Bayaki at my location. But I do have a sneak attack. Okay, good. So, the plan is being formulated. Go, go, Yellow Lantern Ranger. Go, go, Yellow Ranger. Go, go, Yellow Ranger. Okay. Oh! Alright, so, the investigation phase begins. I gain a resource for Lone Wolf. And again. Alright. Gain a resource for Lone Wolf. Right. Got it. I got it. I didn't get it. Okay. So, I am going to move... So, I'm allowed to spend a clue to automatically evade the Organist. So I will do so. It automatically evades him, which I know I just said. This will move... I will not move him. I don't need to. I could, I guess. Because then if I can get around, they have to, like, come back this way. Because I automatically evaded him, that sets the difficulty to 0, which means pickpocketing goes off. I like that. Draw a card and gain a resource. It's the Unspeakable Oath, Curiosity. Ooh, Crosshair. That would have been good, actually. Ah, welcome, table, I would say. Excuse me. So that's all actionless. First action, evade the Stealthy Bayaki. Second action, sneak attack. Third and fourth actions will be run. Right? That's the game plan. Okay. Yes. Bueno. Yes, that's the game plan. We have 5 evade. 0. Done. Boom. Evaded. Second action, sneak attack. I'm going to kill it right away, and I'm going to describe what's happening as we do it. Done. Boom. Gone. Dead. Boom. Sneak attack says deal 2 damage to an exhausted enemy at your location. Boom. Third and fourth actions, just like I said, guys. Move city. We're going to go to Notre Dame. Monsters gotcha? Nope. It was the chat. All right. Okay. God, the spires are the worst. Ugh. Get the hell out of here, spires of Carcosa. Aragwen. Hello. Did you miss the moment that both Crosshair and Kate got me back to back? Did you miss that? Because it was horrible. And I was a Furioso. And I won't be tricked again. I might be tricked again, honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys. Okay. So we just ran so far away. Just one, Aragwen. I bargained with the chat, and they allowed me to do just one. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Hey, not bad. What's happening? Right. Let's talk about the roleplay of this. That is the purpose. Well, Doomed is solo playthroughs of Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. So with the focus on roleplay and storytelling. Literally, Aaron? Okay. Well, I always thought it meant something similar to the table has reversed, right? Excuse me. Oh no, it means like, oh, we're turning a corner on this sort of situation. Can we look it up? Can somebody look it up for me? I feel like it means like turning, a corner. It's like, oh, it was going badly, but now it's going better, kind of situation. Oh, okay. Whew. All right, what's going on? So, down in the canal, the Organist was lying in wait for Sefina, who managed to just turn a corner and get away from him when out of the darkness buzzed another horrible creature with these awful leathery bat wings. This time they were ready, and she managed to sidestep it as it dove towards her. And Leo DeLuca, the Louisiana Lion, managed to get a shot off on his little Derringer. The Bayaki dies. It's an expression used to convey the message that even the meekest or most docile of creatures will retaliate or seek revenge if pushed too far. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I was really wrong on that sense. Thank you so much. I'm learning today. Scotty's learning. Yep, he sure is. Okay, so so it means like, oh, the meek creature has really like got its claws out. I can't believe I have to survive so many turns. This is horrible. Okay. Right. And then she and Do you mean the Wyrm thing? Real brick wall? Nice try. Because Crosshair is talking about an expression, which I will not be repeating. Okay. And she manages to run away. In the enemy phase, the Bayaki hunts here. This one is still alive. And this Organist readies. I know where I'm headed next turn. We're going to ready our pickpocketing, draw a card, and gain a resource. Cheap shot! That's okay. Aim for the eyes, they told me. Oh, I love this. So this is literally an investigator using pocket sand on a creature that is only made of eyes. Okay. All right. So we go to the Mythos phase, where we go to 6 out of 6 Doom, -2 because of the Spires of Carcosa. So we have to sit around here on this first fucking night. Somehow the Spires seem to be slowing, dragging the hours. Seth and Leo know that if they can just make it... Seth and Leo know if they can just make it to daybreak, they'll be able to... survive. Like, they'll be able to make it, They'll be able to escape. This is Figure in the Shadows. Check the campaign log. If you have more conviction than doubt, resolve the Organist's Hunter keyword. Shit. So he moves once, and then he is forced to move again, so he enters Montmartre. Does not enter me. He enters Notre Dame and engages us. Ah, you Figure in the Shadows, you. I suppose I could cancel this with Ward of Protection, but it's okay. I think, honestly, this is fine. I'll evade here. We move to the investigation phase. Hi, Ripley. We gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Okay. No, hey, buddy, that's not yours to scratch. Oh, you're such a big cat. Oh, God. Oh. I am not Requiem. I have been got twice already. Would you be got if I told you to say the name of the king in yellow? Mwah. That's not a sound I like. She went, what? Which is actually how I feel about the scenario right now. So, good one. Okay. What I would have liked to have done. Run back to Montparnasse. Try to investigate there to get rid of the curiosity that I have. Sefina is being driven to find Nigel Engram. She doesn't know anything about it, but she's obsessed with this idea of returning to that cafe. The cafe is the last place she knows that he was seen by Jordan Perry. Like, that's all she really knows, and she is obsessed with returning there and checking again. Leo's like, we don't have time to do this, like, you know. And every time they turn a corner, that man is there, the organist, in his black leather coat. After you successfully evade an enemy at Notre Dame by 3 or more, you may take an additional action. I would really like that. So I think we should go all in on this. Well, not all in, but you know what I mean. 3 or more, damn. Okay, well, I have 5. Let's pay 2 to take my streetwise up to 8. That feels pretty good. First action, evade. 8 minus skull. Skull is here 5. 8 minus 5. Yes, you could say that, Requiem. I won't, but you could. I will evade the organist here at Notre Dame. I didn't do it by 3 or more, but I did do it enough to draw a card. Hiya! It's the Painted World! That's a good card. Okay. Second action. Get the f out of there. Whee! We move to Montparnasse, where I will... Yeah, you damn Skippy, Crosshair. You damn Skippy will. It's a really good... Skull is a lot of minus right now, and will be for another couple of turns. Hot Streak. I'm going to pay Hot Streak to get money, and then I'm going to try to get rid of the Unspeakable Oath Curiosity, right? Yeah, Hot Streak. Hot Streak says pay 5 to get 10. So that's just money straight up. On a Hot Streak, and then we're going to try to investigate here. So, actually, sorry. Successfully investigate a card. Place with enough clues. Okay. Running around the corner at Notre Dame again. The man is standing off on a side street, the cobblestones beneath his feet, his leather coat and top hat gleaming in the moonlight. She and Leo take off down another side street and are confronted by a gate that they both hop over. They're racing back towards Montparnasse. They're not quite sure what they'll be able to find there, but Sefina is driven by the idea that she can find something in this cafe. I don't think it's going to work, but she seems to be on a bit of a hot streak getting away from the organist. I'm going to use these lockpicks again. Wait, so I evaded, I moved, I hot streaked, and I'm going to... I streaked. I went for a streak. And we're going to try to investigate here. I'm a 7 versus a 1. 7 minus 4 is still 3. I succeeded by 2. So, this curiosity has been satisfied. And that's okay. I will take that. That's okay. Sorry, I breathed into the microphone there. We managed to satisfy... Hot Streak! Yeah, oh, that's not the card. It's this one. We managed to satisfy the Unspeakable Oath Curiosity. Her curiosity fades into the background of her mind as she realizes that she was being driven by whispers, chitters, just thoughts that she had. Nothing really of use. If I put a Doom on the agenda now, I'll place another one in a second, and then that will advance the agenda, and then I can... Then maybe I can be okay. Do I want to do that? Do I want to save my clues? I just feel like the organist is so beefy, you know? I think we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're going to save the clues for now. So that's the investigation phase. Hot streak, not heat stroke. The stealthy Bayaki rushes into Notre Dame. The organist readies here. And we move to the Upkeep Phase, where I ready my pickpocketing, my lockpicks. I'm going to draw a card and gain a resource. Think on your feet. Oh, that's a good card. Cheap shot. These are all good. These are all good cards. Somewhere in this deck, I adaptabled in. So, on her ride over here, on her boat ride over here, Sefina Rousseau is of course adaptable. You know, she and Leo really are hand in hand in that kind of way. She realized what she really needed was some sort of ability to manipulate the world around her psychically. She needed to focus on using her powers. So I used Adaptable to bring a card into my deck that kind of focuses on that mental prowess. I'm really excited about that. Not even there yet, Crosshair. It's coming. Drew a card, gained a resource. Here it comes. Mythos Phase. Mythos Phase. I go to 7 -2. 5 out of 6 Doom. So annoying. And I draw an encounter card. Hiya! Peril. Test will 2. If you fail, take 2 horror. If the man in the pallid mask is in play, it's okay. He's gone because I dealt with him, which is good. Okay. Marked by the sign. Oh, God. Coming out of the cafe, Sefina is dejected to realize that there was nothing else here. They're no closer to finding Nigel, and they are ever closer to being pursued by this horrible thing, the Organist. Coming out, she looks to find Leo and sees only a man carving a sign into his flesh over and over. It is the sign of the King in Yellow. I'm testing Will 2. I'd rather not fail, but I don't really want to throw anything in there. Yes. Oh, ouch. Okay, well, it had to happen sometime, right, Crosshair? If you fail, take 2 horror. Well, 1 goes on Leo and 1 goes on me, that's for sure. Actually, no, both go on Leo. What am I saying? I'm going to kill Leo. Bye. So, Leo DeLuca is dead. She watches in horror as the man she once knew as the most level-headed criminal she's ever met runs screaming off into the darkness, carving a symbol into his flesh over and over and over. I mean, that could have gone better. Here's the thing, though. When my turn begins, I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. I'm just going to play Leo. I don't know. Watch this, Aragwen. Wha-bam! Woo! Leo DeLuca, he's back, baby! So I had to spend an action to play him again. She starts... I mean, it is a horror game. She starts off down the road after him, but his screams fade almost instantly. She feels a touch on her shoulder, and she whips around, and it's Leo. She looks at him in shock, and he kind of looks back at her. He was like, everyone, he's like, excuse me. He's just kind of like, coast is clear. I haven't seen anybody yet. They kind of just look at each other. She doesn't mention anything about the flesh and the carving and the sign, but she's thinking it. Okay, so, Organist. I want to get at least 2 locations away, right? At least. So there's no need for me to go in there. Since I could go to the gardens, I'm just going to go to the Gare d'Orsay. Built in 1900, this train station was the first urban station in the world to use only electric trains. Wow, I didn't know that. And Kith. Spend a resource, move to any rail location. You'd expect the station to be bustling, but it's eerily abandoned. Save for a few passengers who wander the station in slow, meandering steps. Seth runs up to each of them. She's like, what day is it? What year is it? What the hell's going on? Okay, so I can spend a resource and an action to travel to any... We need to stop meeting like this. We can head to any rail location. Rail. If I just say the word over and over, does it get weirder or less weird? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's everything except the gardens and then these, like, up here. Whoa, it's true. That's so cool, guys. Wow. Third action. I can always elusive. That's a good card. Elusive's a good card. So I think I'm gonna paint the intel report, which costs me 2 and gives me a clue at this location. Whoop. Last action, just keep running? May as well, right? That's John's face for sure. Romantic partners. Identical romantic partners. Woo! Okay. She, of course, did her own research before coming to Paris and realizes that her best bet in escaping the man that seems to be pursuing her throughout the city would be to get lost in the twisted streets up to the north and the west, rather than, you know, the horrible, crushing loneliness of the cemetery. So I painted an intel report, which got me a clue. Feels okay. And last action, I am going to continue the old run. I'm going to run up here. This is the Opéra Garnier. The Palais Garnier is an ornate architectural masterpiece and one of the most famous opera houses in the world. Strangely, you find the main doors thrown wide open, and a dark mist creeps out from the doorway. Son of a bitch. This is a 5-shroud, 1-clue location. While you're investigating it, double the number of skill icons on cards committed to this test. Kate, just to confirm, madness in the sense of some places around the world move out of daylight savings while we still have a week, right? I think. A trail of blood leads up the grand staircase. Deep, cold mist envelops the room. You get the unmistakable feeling that there is something inhuman about the in the opera house. Oh fuck! Wait, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Is it November 2nd? Or is it November 9th? Or whatever. I really thought it was... Okay, my bad. 2 weeks? God fucking damn it. Inhuman in the opera house. Well, I mean... Okay. Enemy phase. Hunter's Hunt. So the stealthy Bayaki moves into the gardens. The Organist moves once towards me and then once again to the train station, because he isn't slowed down by some stupid shit. God, why am I so mad? Ah, I see. Oh, yeah, I thought so. I really thought so. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. Hey, quick thinking. That was some quick thinking. Thanks, Leo. All right, okay, finally, I go to 8, minus 2 is 6 out of 6 doom. All doom in play leaves play, which includes the Spires of Carcosa. Oh, thank God. Woo! Yeah, fallback is great, other than the whole, too dark in the late afternoon. I actually love it when the snow starts falling here in Montreal, because it reflects so much light. Even at night, it's like quieter, but also brighter. Please tell me this is the end of the first night. Agenda 1B, daybreak. Birds start to chirp eagerly. An orange tint slowly spreads across the sky as the creatures of the night shrink back into the darkness. You spend most of the day resting, and the daylight passes quickly with very little to show for it. Before you're able to fully recover from the night's events, it is evening once more. Agreed, Kate, agreed. Each investigator disengages from each enemy engaged with them. Oh well. May move to a connecting location. I don't think I will. Move the Organist 1 location away from the nearest investigator. So I'm allowed to move, and then I'm allowed to move the Organist away. My God, I absolutely will do that. I'll move to a connecting location, and then he moves away, which is this way. Right? That's 2 locations away. That would make him further. Yeah, for sure. Good point. Okay, so I'm still in the Mythos phase, but I'm just going to check here. Montmartre says, you've heard this district to be vibrant and friendly, but the streets feel unusually lonely to you. This is a 2-shroud, 1-clue location. It says, cold rain pelts the street. Every alleyway you pass is another hiding place for something sinister. Spend a resource, add a supply or an ammo token to a card you control. Once per round. Hey, that's more lockpicks. That's more lockpicks. That's great. Oh, that's great. Right? Yeah, that's really good, I think. He said without a hint of irony. Chicka-choo-cha. Okay. Right. We're still drawing a Mythos card. This is now the 2nd night. The city stirs as cold shadows embrace the streets. There is danger all around you. Danger that you cannot escape. Danger that will follow you to the ends of the earth. When will this waking nightmare end? Well, you have more conviction than doubt, which I do. Checking doom on other cards subtracts. Okay, so 5. But I can spend clues to speed this process, which I definitely will be doing. Okay, here we go. We're drawing a card. Whee! Something good? Whoop! Twisted to his will. Oh. There's no doom in play, so it gains surge. Sefina finally manages to catch just a very brief amount of sleep with Leo before he's shaking her awake again. And he's like, we got to get back out there. We have to find Nigel. You know, we got to rob the old man blind, he says, grinning, showing all his gold and silver teeth. Sefina gives him the old eye quirk, and they set off to Montmartre. Deadly Fate. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Crosshair. Test Will 3. If you fail... discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. You must either draw it or it attacks you. If no enemy is discarded, take a horror. This is a great cancel target with Ward of Protection, but I feel like I need to save that for like the end of the game when shit's getting absolutely wild. So I think I'm just gonna test. Quick Thinking says if you succeed by 2 or more. I don't have any will icons in hand, so I think I'm just gonna test it. I'm gonna regret. I'm gonna regret this. Yeah. Balls. All right, it's fine. So I had 4 will, so I fail. Discard cards from the Deadly Fate here in Montmartre. Thanks a lot, fucking dad, Leo. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. I'm discarding a lot of cards, though. That's good. Look at all these cards I don't have to deal with. Wow. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it... Okay, so either it engages... What is it? Oh, shit. I think it says either you draw it or it attacks you from the discard pile. I'm just going to let it attack me from the discard pile. My fate here in Montmartre is sealed as a creature swoops down even from above, and puts a huge gash in the side of Leo DeLuca. He's okay. It feels like a bit of a glancing blow, he says, but Seth notices that he's grimacing. Okay, we move to the investigation phase where we gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Okay. Game plan. Game plan time. Put a thing on Lockpicks. Get the clue from this location. Put a doom on the agenda. Just try to fucking... Oh, I could have thunked on my feet. I don't want an enemy out in the wild. I really don't. So let's investigate first, right? No, hardly. It was just a praying by Aki. Requiem, don't worry about it. Let's investigate this location. Again, I have 7 skill, 2 intellect, plus 5 agility. We're breaking and entering, folks. That's good. So that's a clue. Got the clue from the location. Free trigger. I'm going to spend the clue to place a doom on the current agenda because I'm trying to get them to advance as fast as possible. Second action, spend a resource. Yeah, to, what does it say here? Spend a resource, add a supply. Lockpicks are supplies, right? Yeah. So, again, Momouth, the commercial enterprise that they managed to get in the back door of, provides no information about Nigel Engram or about the King in Yellow, but it does provide Sefina with a brand new set of tools that she can turn to lockpicking and thieving, which is good. Okay. Next. Oh, balls, I should have left my lockpicks. Nah, it's fine. We can go to the opera. We can go to the opera. We can go to the opera. Third action. Fourth action, I am absolutely not going to bother trying to get the clue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to draw an elusive into hand, because I feel like that's a really useful card to have. Elusive is, again, is the... Oh, okay. I will not, Aragwen. Okay. I won't say the name, but I will say what you said. Thanks for the strem, Scoots. I gotta go get ready for mine. It's not there, right? It's not there? Oh, God. Damn it, Aragwen. Aragwen, are you starting in 5 minutes? As soon as I finish the scenario, I will throw a raid over to you, my friend. Enjoy your stream. Or are you continuing Spooky Game? Same, I can't recall because I'm the worst. Yay! Okay, cool. Great. Last action was to just simply draw the elusive into hand. This is quite something. Okay, in the enemy phase, this fucking Bayaki comes into the Gao. The Organist hunts once, hunts again, but doesn't attack because of its forced text. Heading back to the opera. Heading right back to the opera. Again, the blood trail leading up inside. Seth has no idea if that could be connected to anything that she's seen tonight, but they need to investigate it. She persuades Leo that they need to go there. But again, waiting for them is the Organist. Hopeless, I defied him. Upkeep, we ready our lockpicks. We gain a draw a card and gain a resource. Money talks. We could bribe the Organist. No, I will not. I will not be saying that. I will mumble it to myself later. That is for sure. Mythos Phase. Place a doom on the agenda. Okay, Requiem. Thank you for being here. We draw a card. It's the sign of the King in Yellow. Ha ha ha. I will not be reading this card. You can't get me, you fucking game. Yeah! It attaches to the agenda, and it says, each time an investigator takes one or more horror, they take one extra. Okay, it's not looking good. That is a baby drawing the sign of the King in Yellow. That is a literal child. The worst. Okay! Choo-choo! All aboard the Madness Express. Oh, I could have canceled it. Should I cancel this? If I have to take horror later, I'll then have to take 2. But it's okay. We still have a bit of a buffer. Okay. First action, we have to deal with the Organist here, right? This is absolutely what we need to do. I could punch the Bayaki at some point, but I don't think I need to do that. Let's, I have 5 evade. Do I want to just put some resources into it? Yeah, I do. I'm going to put, yeah, okay. So 2 resources plus a quick thinking. So that's plus 4 skill value. I'm at 9. Nice. Okay. Big success. So we gain Yes, we gain our action back. We evade the Organist. He goes right here. Pickpocketing. We steal some shit from him, draw a card, and gain a resource. Oh, Sefina is getting quite adept at avoiding this absolutely horrific creature of the night that seems to... This is a full-on Phantom of the Opera thing, though, guys, by the by. So we get another action here, which is good, because what I want to try to do is investigate and get something out of the opera. This clue, I mean. So I'm going to investigate. I have 2 intellect, 7 with the lockpicks. If I have an intellect pip, I will throw it in, because that's +2, so I'm at 9. -2, done. Bam. Boom. Clue. I'm immediately going to spend this clue to add a doom to the agenda. Because I want to get this shit done. That's what I want to do. Professional barmaid. We need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Sweet Jesus. Le Théâtre Grand Guignol. What is nice is I can use elusive to just like literally jump to the place furthest from me. And that way I survive a bit longer, which is good. So, excellent work. The quick thinking on Sefina's part allows her and Leo to rush inside and up the stairs of the Opera Garnier. They're investigating the blood, but they find bra maids. Zesty. They don't find anything. The blood trail seemingly just ends. They look up, they look around. No weird horror hanging body or anything like that. It just disappears. And they sneak out one of the windows of the opera so that they can get away from the organist that they left near the front door. Second action. We're going to go to Grand Guignol, the theater of the Great Puppet. Le Théâtre du Grand Guignol specializes in horror shows of a graphic and sometimes amoral nature. It is among the smallest venues in Paris and one of the most popular. Whee! 3 shroud, 1 clue. After you reveal it. Oh, fuck. Oh. Actually, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. It says, it seems the theater is performing a show about insanity. You wonder if they've ever performed The King in Yellow. After you reveal it, you must either take 2 horror, which would be 3 because of the sign, or shuffle all your non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck and draw an equal number of cards. Fine. Fuck it. I wish I didn't have to do this, because I'm losing my elusive, and I'm drawing 5, basically. In other words, upon walking into the théâtre, the theater, Sefina is assaulted by sights and sounds and smells and all these horrible sensations that totally just dizzies her. Thankfully, she's got Leo to steady her, but she doesn't know which way is which. Where did she come from? Where is the organist? What's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I basically drew into a better hand. Ward of Protection and Elusive and Narrow Escape I had. Painted World is better, and Lone Wolf doesn't do anything for me, but that's okay. Oh my god, amazing. Thanks, Théâtre. I would love to get this clue. So, I could paint the intel report here. And just buy it. It's the last clue, right? On the board? There's no other clues on the board. Ah, the gardens. Ah, the gardens. Okay. Again, knowing a little bit about theater and a little bit about how these sorts of things work, she manages to sneak into a back office and try to see if the Théâtre de Grand Guignol has ever employed Nigel Engram, see if there's any contact information for him, see if he's ever done a production of anything there. And in one of the books, they managed to find some information about him. He's never produced anything there, he never directed anything there, but he was a stagehand way back many years ago. where he assisted in the creation of puppets and in the operating of them on stage. But it would seem that he left after some quote-unquote creative differences with the artistic director. So I'm going to buy this clue. So I'm going to paint an intel report. I would say that, Zesty, yes, but I won't, you see. So what did I do here? I evaded, I investigated, I moved, and I intelled. That's it, right? That's my turn? Yeah. So I intel report, so I grab this clue. And I already put a doom on the agenda this round. Okay. Enemy phase. The Bayaki hunts ever closer. And the Organist readies here at the Opera Garnier. So we're just going to run. We're just going to do this wonderful thing where we just keep running in circles. Oh, God. I love the objective. Survive. You're like, what do you mean? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Draw a card and gain a resource. It's Quantum Flux! That's a good card. Nice. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck and draw a card. Remove Quantum Flux from the game. Oh, balls. That means my weaknesses go back in too. You know what? Worth it. I think that's worth it. There's so many cards in my discard pile that I want back. Yeah, that feels okay, actually. Whoop! Thanks, Moobot. Nice work, Crosshair. Okay, and we go to the Mythos phase, where, again, not bad, not bad. 4 out of 5. Doom. Draw an encounter card. It's the Swift Bayaki. Ah! What is that thing? Got it. It preys on the lowest remaining sanity. That's me. It's actually Leo. Hunter. It's coming for you. Retaliate. It fights back. When it would move via the Hunter keyword, move it 1 location at a time until it enters the prey's location. So in other words, it will always follow you until you kill it. I really wish I had a backstab. I feel like backstab would be really good here. In the meantime, we will be evading this Bayaki. Do I not have a... Ah, balls. I was going to... play the event, take an attack, discard the thing. Back in hand. Yeah, that's going to be good. Okay. So our Bayaki is here, and we've got the creatures with me. Okay. We move to the investigation phase, where I will spend a clue to advance, to put a doom on the agenda, which advances the agenda to the end of the second night. And I think I'll do that first. This is Agenda 2B. A red sun rises. Uh-oh. To your relief, the sun once again begins to rise, peaking just over the eastern horizon and casting long shadows across city streets. You are completely exhausted from the night's events. It feels as though you haven't slept in weeks. Perhaps you haven't. Each investigator disengages from each enemy engaged with them and may move to a connecting location. Move the Organist a location away. Excellent. Okay. So I am going here. I'm going to leave the Swift Bayaki up here. The Organist is going to move a location away, which is this way. Nice. And then it says, check the campaign log. If Jordan Perry is not listed under VIP's slain, search the collection for Jordan Perry and spawn him in Montparnasse. Uh-oh. This is Montparnasse. And this is Jordan Perry, an imposing presence. He's a monster. He's a lunatic. He's elite. He's got 2 fight, 8 health, and 2 evade. Son of a bitch. Cigar smoke permeates the room, causing you to cough and wheeze. Hunter. At the beginning of the enemy phase, heal a damage from him. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to kill him. Wow, that's tough. Okay. Wow, that's tough. Well, I mean, okay, at least I can evade them, right? Okay. Agenda 3A, the third night. Remember, our objective is survive 3 nights. On the evening of your third night in Paris, a desperate resolve stirs within you. This cat and mouse game cannot go on any longer. One way or another, this night will end it. When checking the Doom threshold, Doom on cards. Other than this agenda, subtract. 5 Doom. Okay. I advanced the agenda, which means I still have to draw an encounter card. Do I shuffle stuff back in? Nope. So let's just draw an encounter card. Whoop! Ha! Hunted by Bayaki. Is this the time when I just play the Ward of Protection? I feel like all the Bayakis are out. One of them's in the discard pile. There's one there. There's one here. There's another one in the discard pile. Right? I don't want them out, but also I want to save my... If I never use my Ward of Protection, it's not useful. But yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna... Let's do it. I'm gonna commit Lone Wolf, so I'm a 6-on-6. Risk it for biscuit. See, I had to think about that one for a second, Crosshair, even though there's no AS sounds in there at all. Oh my god. Okay. We are hunted by Bayaki, which we are actually, right? Just as a quick reminder, I'm here in Montparnasse, right in the middle. There's a Swift Bayaki up here. There's a Stealthy Bayaki over here on the left. There's Jordan Perry at the ground here. And there's the Organist. We will be doing what we like to call running after this. Okay. Right, so we committed the Lone Wolf to be 6v6. Let's do it. -2. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair, exactly. So I'm discarding the top 2 cards. If a Bayaki is drawn... Well, here, I'll just put this up here. I could make some. No, reveal the top 2 cards. Hup, hup. Okay. No balls. That is an omen, though. If an omen is revealed... Take a horror. Bastards. Bastards! Okay. Okay. My turn begins. I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Excuse me, I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Thank you very much. Sefina and Leo are, like, racing around the city. Nope. It's all gone, Crosshair. Thank you for reminding me. The sign of the King in Yellow was attached to the agenda, which advanced. So it's gone. Haha! Oh my god. Okay, first things first, I'm going to spend a clue to put a Doom on the agenda. Right? Boom. That's my 1 for this round. Advance it twice as fast. That's a free trigger. First action, I'm going to Quantum Flux to put stuff back in my deck. Do I want to Elusive first? And then shuffle everything back in with Flux? Seems like a waste of Elusive, but then again, it doesn't matter. So I will. Elusive is fast. I'm moving. Whee! To like somewhere. I don't know. I'll move here. Oh, no, that doesn't really make sense. I'll keep my money. It doesn't make sense to put it in my discard pile. I need to put it back in my deck. So instead, Sefina and Leo can feel themselves surrounded by creatures preying on them, hunting them. The Organist is still out there somewhere, and now the heavy footfalls of some sort of Hulk-like creature is reaching their ears to the south of the city as well. Sefina is going to focus all of the energy she can muster and see if she can try to affect the flow of time and make it move just a little bit faster. This is Quantum Flux. It says shuffle your discard pile into your deck and draw a card. Remove Quantum Flux from the game. You can see how that would be good when put underneath Sefina Rousseau. Whoa! Lots of cards back. Boom! Don't need the intel report, but it's fine. I'll take it. Okay. So now I'm not too worried about that anymore. I think I just want to get... I'm just going to take resources, right? Yeah. Second action, I'm going to move again to the canal. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm going to move to the canal. And then I'm just going to take resources. Right? Right. Because now, let's check this out. In the enemy phase, Jordan Perry's a hunter. He comes one closer. The Stealthy Bayaki is a hunter. It moves here. Swift Bayaki is a weird one. I move it twice, but it doesn't attack me. And then the Organist moves one closer to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it moves here, then it moves here. Exactly, Crosshair. Well, I have my elusive for now, Crosshair, so I can be just like, poof, elusive. Because what I hope to do is maybe look at the gardens. The gardens of Luxembourg might have a victory point on them, and I will take the victory points if I can. If I can. Good. Okay. Okay. It's the enemy phase. Upkeep. I don't need to ready anything. I just draw a card and gain a resource. It's my other lockpicks. So Sefina and Leo are just hunting around the city, trying to find any sort of information. They feel like they've covered so much ground in these 2 nights, despite the horrible monsters coming after them. But they realize together at the exact same moment, there's one place they haven't been. Right in the middle of the city, there's gardens. The gardens of Luxembourg Palace contain hundreds of scattered statues, monuments, fountains. It would make for a relaxing walk if you hadn't come here to escape the winged creatures that screech and soar in the dark sky overhead. They've learned enough about Nigel Engram to realize that he might be taking his evenings out in the night air, a stroll perhaps to try to commune with the night, perhaps try to clear his mind. That's where they need to go. Okay. That was upkeep, right? I drew a card and gained a resource, yeah. So Mythos Phase, I place a second Doom on the agenda, and I draw an encounter card. Deadly Fate. Son of a bitch! If you fail this, I'm gonna ward. Ward of Protection. I have to take a horror, which I will. So Deadly Fate, how does that work? I guess Sefina feels this creeping feeling that the creatures are all converging on her and that she somehow backed herself into a corner. Her fate is to die. Her fate is to die, but she again channels some of that psychic energy from deep within herself. She doesn't really know how it works. She just knows that she has these powers, and she uses the energy to just push the feeling away. Crosshair, this is the Swift Bayaki that hunted into my threat area, if you know what I mean. It hunted towards me. It didn't attack, though, so it's with me right now. But no other creatures. I feel like you must be getting a really weird education in the game, Crosshair, because I know I'm focusing more on, like, talking about what Seth is doing rather than, like, well, this card does this and this card does that. Oh, okay. Investigation phase. Gain a resource from Lone Wolf. We are going to... I have this narrow escape. I have all sorts of shit. I want to evade an enemy at the canal. No, I want to spend a clue. This is a free trigger. Clue to put a Doom on the agenda. The miseducation of Crosshair. Carnage. Sorry, I thought you were trying to get me to say something. Gotta be careful there. Okay. Let's try to evade it. It has 2 evade. I have 5. Do I commit the narrow escape? No, I do not. 5 versus 2. Whoa! Elder Sign! Point. Draw my elusive. Okay, so huge success. I evade it. It says I can move it to a connecting location. Doesn't really matter, I guess. I will exhaust pickpocketing to draw a card and gain a resource. Seth and Leo are getting really good at just like seeing creatures sort of like up in the skyline above them, finding ways to duck away from the creature, to misdirect it, and, you know, slip a hand into some pockets here and there, see if I can get any cash. Leo's getting a little anxious that they're never going to find this wealthy old dude, this wealthy old guy, Nigel. And he doesn't want the trip to be, quote, a complete waste, unquote. So that was the first action. Second, I could move to Le Marais. Third, I could move to Notre Dame. And then I could try to evade Jordan. I could try for a big evade there. I'm not going to be able to kill Jordan Perry, that's for sure. If I don't, though, I could just elusive away. Yeah. Been making plans. Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, Zesty? What song? I'm not familiar. Thing is, basically all I need to do is survive, right? But of course what I want to do is, like, see what the gardens are all about and stuff. So, against my better judgment, I'm going to move once into Le Marais, twice into Notre Dame, where this horrible beast that they... Oh, excellent! The velvet glove, sorry. I'm reminded of latex glove and... Damn it, Crosshair, what was the name of the Dr. Surgeon MD's album? Latex glove and Dr. Love or something? I don't know. Okay, this guy is horrible. He has -1 evade because he's here at Notre Dame de Paris. And I'm going to try to evade him. I have 5. And I'm going to commit this narrow escape. So I'm a 7. Whoop! -3 is 4 versus 1. My man. That's 3 or more. So I actually get the action back, which is really good. Latex gloves and... Yeah, it was good. It was very funny. It's me going like this on the cover. I got an extra action! Hooray! This is going okay. Last action, we're going to move into the gardens, because I want to see what they're all about. Whoop! 3 shroud, 1 clue. When a Bayaki enemy is moving, if there is an investigator there, it is considered to be connected. So, not only is it a lovely little garden, but it's actually the focal point for all of the energies of these flying creatures. Okay, well, this is going to be a fucking blast. Pardon my French. Hunter. Enemy phase. The Organist moves once, twice to Notre Dame. The Bayaki moves only once, but it's considered to be connected, so it engages me and it attacks me. Oh, shit. It does 2 damage and 1 horror. Oh! All of a sudden, a creature dives out of the darkness. It's that same creature that she's seen every night that she's been in Paris. It's been pursuing her. It has her scent. And Sefina has no idea what to do as it buzzes around and starts to spit venom at her. Upkeep, we ready the pickpocketing? We ready Jordan? He's like next door. We ready the Swift Bayaki? Fuck you, bud. And we draw a card and gain a resource. Whoop! Painted World. Painted World, eh? Painted World, eh? 4 Doom out of 5. And I can put a Doom on the agenda. Okay, so this is it. This is it, guys. Almost. Mythos Phase, draw an encounter card. This is going to be bad, whatever it is. Frozen in Fear. Well, Sefina was frozen in fear, which is what led to the Bayaki destroying her. If you catch one of these early game, it's just game over. This is from, for those interested, this Frozen in Fear is from the core set of Although the icon doesn't seem to say that. But anyway, yes, it's from the core set of the Arkham Horror card game. So it goes in your threat area. At the end of your turn, test Will 3, and if you succeed, you can discard it. Otherwise, it says, the first time you perform... Exactly, Zesty, it's from the core set. The first time you perform one of the following actions, it costs an additional action. And I've always taken that to mean the first time you try to move, fight, or evade, it costs an extra action. What it means is the first time you try to move, it costs an extra action. The first time you try to fight, it costs an extra action. And evade, same thing. It's actually much worse. So I'm frozen in fear. That sucks. Elusive is still a thing. Okay. We just need to survive, guys. We just need to survive. I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. And I'm going to spend a clue. This is a free trigger. Clue. Put a doom on the agenda. Boom. Okay. We're going to evade this guy, which will cost me 2 actions. Then we're going to grab this clue, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Right? Or... No, I committed my narrow escape. Yeah. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to evade. I have... I have many reactions. That is not one of them. Perfection. Okay. Should we make this a fun little money talks test? It's the same. Cats? No, we're good. Okay, let's, I'm going to commit this elusive to be 3 up, but it costs me 2 actions. Whoops. Sefina is obviously going to try to get away from the Bayaki that is circling over her head, but she's now... I can crosshair, great shout, because this is like a bit more esoteric, but the first time you perform one of the following actions in the round, it costs an additional one. Elusive doesn't take an action, and it doesn't have the bold text move. So it doesn't count as an action. It's just part of the effect of the card. Super esoteric. But you can see why elusive is, you know, costs experience if you play with a certain list of things. Anyway. Okay, here we go. We are evading at a 6. -2. Okay. Whew. So we're evaded. I will exhaust pickpocketing to... Nope, gain a resource. What? I'm drawing a card. I know, well, exactly, Crosshair. So there's, because it's co-op and not competitive, they've released, like, alternate versions of cards, you know? The company, like, FFG has a way of... The taboo list is like a restricted or a banned list for this game. I will mention another card in this deck that I'm running, Quick Thinking, is now tabooed to do something a bit different. But the thing is, because it's not competitive, you can totally choose whether or not to play with the taboo list. I choose not to because I'm challenged enough by this game. On standard, honestly. Right. Third action, intel report. Whoop, scoop that clue. Whoop, got it, baby. Okay. Sefina manages to dive behind a row of rose bushes. Again, just managing to get away from the claws of the beast as it flutters up and away. Excuse me. Seemingly to up into the sky. Oh, that was my third action. And now we're going to elusive out of here. Elusive is fast. I can run to any revealed location. So I want to get as far away as possible from everyone, except this guy will come and get me, but that's okay. And then last action, I guess I'm just going to take a resource here. Oh, oh, no, it's after you reveal. Okay. Yeah. Sefina and Leo again managed to duck out of the gardens as they race away. No closer to finding Nigel, but their last effort is to at least head back to where they're spending the night, near the Grand Guignol. See if they can find any sort of information there once more. In the enemy phase, unengaged enemies. Hunt. The Organist moves once, twice. The Swift Bayaki moves once, twice, 3 times towards me. Engages me. Oh, I have to test Frozen in Fear. I'm a 4 versus 3, and I'll toss in this Painted World. Fantastic. Done. Gone. Upkeep. I'm rushing a little bit because, I mean, it's the end of my time, but also pretty sure we're good here. I think we did it, guys. Draw a card, gain a resource. Pickpocketing. Mythos Phase. I can't believe it. I think I just got really lucky discarding so many cards from the top of my deck. We go to 6 out of 5 Doom. This is Agenda 3B. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. Dawn at last. The sun rises and dispels the darkness. A warm fog envelops the city, blotting out the sky. Uh-oh. Check the campaign log. If you have more or equal doubt than conviction, I don't. If you have more conviction than doubt, advance to Act 2B. Yes. This is probably good. This is Act 2B, the Shepherd's Crook. You lose track of yourself within the city as you flee for your life. No, well, maybe, Crosshair. So it tells me... Let's have a look. In the Mythos phase, you place a Doom, you advance the agenda if the Doom threshold is satisfied, then you draw a card from the encounter deck. So I advanced the agenda, it told me to advance the act, so I'm doing that, and it will tell me at the end of that to go to Resolution 1, which will end the game. I'm sorry, Crosshair. The beating of sinewy wings and screeching of creatures above you spurs you onward. Soon you find yourself running down a narrow avenue, passing a set of heavy iron gates. You are in a dead end, a court with tall, old houses on either side. You turn back towards the entrance and breathe a sigh of relief as you see the sun rising once more over the skyline of Paris. As though dispersed by the sunlight, the figure that had been chasing you folds into the shadows and vanishes. Just as you are about to leave, you spot a plaque next to a red-brown door atop a steep, narrow staircase. It reads, N. Engram. Check the campaign log. If you intruded on a secret meeting, I did not. Otherwise, proceed to Resolution 1. We survived. Resolution 1. Thanks, Ripley. Quick water break. Excuse me. You can only assume this house belongs to Nigel Engram, the director of The King in Yellow. At last, you have finally found your quarry, and Leo can rob him blind, and yet it is little relief to your straining sanity. You feel like a dog being led by a leash, your fate decided by a cruel master who has long kept you in the dark. You push these gloomy thoughts to the back of your mind and knock on Mr. Engram's door. There is no response, but a flock of magpies that scatter from the rooftop at the sudden noise. You try the doorknob, hoping you won't have to resort to more forceful measures. To your surprise, you find the door unlocked. Inside, Nigel's home is a mess of notes, old books, strange diagrams. Covering the coffee table in his living room is an old faded map, bearing many fold creases and tattered edges. It looks to be an incomplete map of the catacombs beneath Paris, or at least a section of it. The food in his pantry is old and rotten. Son of a bitch hasn't been here in weeks. There is no sign of anyone having lived here for years. Years. And yet the ink upon the living room walls is wet and fresh. Over and over, nearly every inch of the wallpaper, it reads, "He is already here." Record in your campaign log that we found Nigel's home. Nice. Then remove all the bad stuff tokens and replace it with 2 cultists. I just need to make a note of that. 2 conviction, 2 elder things, 2 cultists. Then it says, if Jordan Perry's in the victory display, he's not. Each investigator earns Victory X. That is true, actually, Crosshair. Really good point. Yeah, the what's it called? Quantum Flux. That's just like a fucking great card. In a card game, surprise, getting your cards back is good. Unlike in a lot of card games, you can loop your deck. You take a horror. If you run out of cards and you need to draw, you loop your deck. And that's okay. But otherwise, yeah, went pretty well. No enemies are worth victory points. The Grand Guignol is worth 1. The gardens were worth 1. The canal is worth 1, and the cemetery is worth 1. So that's 4 experience, 4 XP. That's pretty good, says me. Yeah, I tend to agree, Crosshair. I think I got pretty lucky. Now we won't start reading the next scenario, but scenario 6 is called The Pallid Mask. Oh my god, it's true, Crosshair. Rude. So our next scenario is called The Pallid Mask. And I don't feel bad spoiling it. It takes place, in the catacombs beneath Paris. So I really hope y'alls are going to be able to join me for that. That was awesome. So I'm going to end this video quite quickly so we can raid over to Aragwen, and so that my YouTube video isn't 3 hours long. Thank you all so much for joining me today on this, another exciting episode of Doomed, in which Sefina Rousseau and Leo DeLuca ran like wild beasts through the city, evading things left, right, and center. Tomorrow you can catch us on Star Wars Reach on RPG Clinic. Monday is the Coolian. Tuesday is going to be a movie night with me. Again, check the Discord and the Twitter for details. Wednesday is going to be Nancy, Drew, and John. Thursday is RPG Clinic. Friday is Punchy. Probably just me again. We'll see. Oh, hi, Ripley. Oh, fantastic. So exciting. Thank you all so very much for joining me. It's been a party. What else do I want to say? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't forget to drink water. And if you want to drink something more than water, that's, power to you. And don't forget, never say the name. So, thank you all so much for joining me on today's exciting episode of Say That Name.